Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fellowship of Geekdom. I have been the wizard with me is the newest Targaryen
Right.
and the what
Hi.
is it?
What is it?
High King Midnight. High King Midnight. How are you fellas doing tonight?
Rivendell is well protected. I feel very well.
That is correct. Yes, sir. No, I'm having a great night, man. How about yourselves? How about yourself, I should say.
Doing well, coming off maybe my favorite House of Dragon episode so far.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
so well done. And coming off a pretty solid Rings of Power. I'm not yet hooked on this show. I don't know about you guys. How about?
Yeah. So I will say this about Rings of Power. You guys know that Lord of the Rings in general is one of my favorite fantasy worlds, or fantasy genres, or franchises. So I was really looking forward to this show. Um, this show is not what I expected or what I guess I wanted out of it, but I think the story they're telling, if you kind of just watch it for what it is, it's actually really good so far. They're actually telling a really good story. So I'm actually enjoying this more, especially after this last episode. Now I think I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I've sort of gotten away from keeping it so tight to what the lore is and what the canon is from the books, and just enjoying this for what it is. So I'm enjoying it
What
a lot
about
right now.
what about you, Josh? Are you enjoying it so
Um, I'd have to say, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't enjoying House of the Dragon more, which I am. And Lord of the Rings, like
Oh
Don, is
yeah,
one of my favorite fantasy genres. I mean, franchises, living and breathing.
yeah.
So when they announced it, yeah, I was highly excited for it. Episode one, I liked more than most people. It definitely was slow, but I kind of got that because they had to do their build up and setup. Because not only is this a world that we're familiar with, but we also have to travel back way, way back some years. House of the Dragon is probably what, like 172 years in the past. This we're going back 3,000 years, so it's like
far?
okay,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Episode two, it seemed like it was picking. It was definitely picking up. I think the introduction of Hallbrand will be very, very key.
hmm
Celebrimbor and Durance, like things are starting to line up with certain characters.
yeah.
And episode three really solidified that I think right now it's between Arondir and Hallbrand as my favorite characters right now.
Huh?
I think yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah, I think you're right now. Yeah,
because like that whole sequence in the mines, that was crazy. Like with the orcs and everything, and then they were trying to. I was like, all right,
if
this is
he is who at least what he should be, it's gonna be very very fun to see this.
oh yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like I know who. I'm torn. I
Yeah,
think it's
Oh,
either
okay, all right.
yeah.
Let's talk about this. I don't think we got to talk about it last week, the three of us.
yeah. No, we didn't.
Do we all have guesses about who this stranger is?
Oh,
Josh, who?
you're talking about the
Oh,
one that came in the fire.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that one. I have a couple guesses on that one. Yeah, We're talking about the one that's with Galadriel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you think the one with Galadriel is? Who do you think that is?
Um, more than likely he's going to be the Witch King.
Which King of Angmar?
Yeah, the one we see that leaves. In what is it?
He's
It's
the
not.
one that
It's
stabbed
not. Is it
Frodo,
Return
right?
of the King when they're going up the side of the mountain in front of the castle, up to where the spider is, to where
Or
Shelob is,
Shelob, yeah.
and they're marching out, and he comes out on the dragon. He's the
Oh,
main
on the
witch. He's the main of the
yeah,
nine. He's the
Yeah,
one of the 9, basically. He's
I
number one
think
of the
that
9.
was. I think that was the one. I think he's the one that stabbed Frodo. Actually.
Yes, he's the one that stabbed Frodo. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main one. He's the Witch King. And we're pretty sure that's who he's going to be, because he's going to be the opposite of Aragorn. Basically, he's going to be the one that could have stopped Sauron, but didn't, because he gave in to him, and the rings were too powerful for him.
See, I lean towards that very heavily, but then I also was thinking, if he was Sauron, that would be crazy.
You mean Sauron?
No. Like if
Oh,
Halbrand,
you think he's actually Sauron?
if Halbrand was Sauron, I would
Oh,
think that would be crazy, because him being as deceitful as he is, and it's like, well, if he's getting in there close and personal with Galadriel, and pretty
yeah.
much gathering all of this information, it could, by the time she finds out, it's already too late. It may not be,
I don't.
but I was just like, it would be a
I
thought,
don't
but I lean
know.
towards Angmar.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. Only because he eventually has to um, convince Celebrimbor and Elrond to make the ring, or he helps Celebrimbor to make the rings. So at some point he has to be there, and that's going to be
Sure.
very soon. And we only have what 4, was 8, so 5 more episodes left.
Yeah.
So, and Numenor is going to be very important going forward, where they're at right now. That's going to be very important.
So let me ask you guys this. How soon do you think it will be becoming at least the first set of rings?
Oh, it's going to be by the end of the season, I think. Or
Or
we'll at
are you
least,
really?
we'll at least
Really?
see the beginning of the forging. Yeah, I think. Maybe not. We might not see a full ring. Maybe we might see the lesser rings. We might see some of the lesser rings, because before they forge the main rings, the main 7 or 19, they forge lesser rings before that, which look almost like the One Ring. They're just plain gold rings, though, and they don't really have as much power. They're called the lesser rings. So we might see them forged this season, but I don't think we'll see a ring of power this season. Probably next season.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like a fire ring, a water ring.
Yeah, I think the
one
end of
ring
this
for
season
air as
is probably
well.
going to be that forge being built, and then we'll see Sauron start his manipulation of the elves.
Mm. And that was the other one I was thinking. I was thinking, if Adar
That's
might be
I,
Sauron. Like that's why I was like, it was
maybe,
torn between the two, but
yeah.
I think it might be just because of like, all right. So we all
But
know
he has a
how.
lot of lieutenants at this time too. So this could be just one of his lieutenants and one of his main people. So, but yeah,
True.
it definitely could be him. It could be him for sure too.
Yeah.
That is a possibility. I agree with you.
You ever play Shadow of Mordor?
Yes.
Like, I wonder if we'll
love that
get
game.
like. Do you think we'll get like a main character like the one that you play with in Shadow of Mordor? Or something?
We could get something like that. Yeah, we could
That
get
would
something
be-
like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Because that's the two main worlds of Middle Earth, is the seen and the unseen. The seen is what we see, and then the unseen is like where Frodo goes when he puts the ring on. That's the unseen world.
Let me ask you guys this.
Mhm.
By the time the series ends, if it really makes it 5 seasons long,
Yeah.
will we see the One Ring to rule them all?
Yes.
Oh, we have to, because
Oh,
with the seal door being in this episode, we know
Yep.
that the overall the show has to end with him refusing to throw in the ring after Elrond is
Yeah.
like, throw it, cast it into the fire. It's
Yeah.
like,
I really
no.
think this show is going to end. Their plan, at least, I think, is to end with that battle. That's going to be their last 2 episodes, probably. 3 episodes is that whole battle from the beginning of Fellowship. I think
can
that's
you,
what. Yeah.
can you imagine if that big battle, the last 2 episodes, went to a movie screen?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
but
remember now too that we meet his father also right now when he is not king of Gondor and not king of Middle Earth.
Right.
He eventually becomes king of Middle Earth before that battle against Sauron and the Fellowship. because remember he says the king fell and Isildur picked up his father's sword but he was king. His father was king at that
Elendil.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
Elendil, right? Elendil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys this. You're obviously more into the role than I am. It, how
I love
much
this stuff.
how much power does someone have right now? Is he really raised at
Oh,
the
right now he's pretty powerful. I mean, you just have to. He's regaining his strength as far as his army goes, but he's still pretty powerful right now. But he doesn't have the ring yet, so he's not that. He's not like he is the same as he's a Maiar. He's the same as like Gandalf and Sauron and all that stuff. He's basically the same as that. So he's a god, but not quite a god. He's a demigod.
Think of Thanos before he got the gauntlet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, let's talk about the fire, the man who came in to the fire. Do you
Yeah.
guys have any guesses who that is?
This one I'm probably going to be disappointed on. I think it's Gandalf.
I think that's stupid though.
It is. It absolutely
Yeah,
is.
it shouldn't be
it's the wrong
Gandalf.
decision. No, it shouldn't because Gandalf doesn't come for about another 2,500 years.
Well, what if it's Radagast?
Right? They all come down at the same time.
Okay, so
The
don't
five
think it's
wizards
the Blue
come
Wizard.
down in the year 1000, around the year 1000 in the Third Age, which is after the battle of Sauron and Isildur and all that stuff.
So he kind of come to play after that, after someone is defeated.
What I
basically.
hope it is because he arrived in a meteor of fire. What I would like for him to be is a Balrog. The Balrog that eventually goes underneath Khazad-dûm and is the one that is woken up and kills all the dwarves and that they find. And,
Are you talking
and-
about the? Are you talking about the moment that kills Gandalf?
Yeah,
yes, that Balrog.
I don't.
I think it's a possibility he could be. Yeah, they're Maiars.
But-
They're just like the Gandalf
Okay,
and all that.
but that Moloch is a demon-looking creature.
Yeah, but they can take different forms at different times. Maiars, Maiars
I need to
chose
know.
like the five wizards chose to come to Middle Earth as five old men. They chose that form. You choose your form when you come to Middle Earth. Because before you come to Middle Earth, you're in their ethereal plane is, and you don't have a form at that point. You don't have a form until you take one on whichever realm you go to.
Okay, I have one question for both of you.
Okay,
Again, because you know more about this than I do.
sure.
When Gandalf the Great dies, and he
Yeah.
comes back as Gandalf the White,
Mm-hmm.
what happens to him? I've always said he kind of gets an upgrade. Is that a fair assessment?
In a way, in a sense, yeah.
Yeah, because when he was battling the Balrog for a minute
Yeah.
while he was down there after he fell, and it's like they kind of they both died, but something
Yeah, Arion.
what was it like his
Arion-
power got I don't know if it was like a power that got transferred or something
No, basically Arion declared that he wouldn't. I'm getting the name wrong. It's Arion. I don't know how exactly to say it, but
it's not a Stark.
no. He's the main god. He's God of Middle Earth and all that. He basically said that your time isn't done yet. Until you finish helping Frodo, you do not get to die. That's why Gandalf came back. He was basically saved by the god of the universe. He was brought back by him. Again, dude, I look. I've been
Don's a PhD
in the last 2 weeks. I'm not lying. In the last 2 weeks, I've probably listened to 100 hours of Lord of the Rings lore, like trying to refresh myself on everything. So I am like overwhelmed right now with the lore of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I'm overwhelmed.
I'm happy both of you are here. I'm happy. I'm coming at this as a casual fan, so I'm happy I have two experts here to talk about this.
Oh, I would not call myself an expert.
I wouldn't either.
I'm
I'm relearning.
re-familiarizing myself with things. That's all, just so I kind of know what I'm saying.
But
But yeah, no, I wouldn't call
You're
myself
an
an
you're
expert
an
by any
expert.
stretch.
You're an expert compared to me.
That's
You're an
fair. No, I mean,
expert.
yeah. Like I said, I've just been trying to
He is your Padawan.
But I'll
Lead
be
him.
honest, I think it's actually hurt my watching of the show because, like I said, at first I liked it, but I wasn't into it as much as I wanted to be. And now that I'm just sort of watching it for without thinking about that kind of stuff, I think I'm enjoying it more because, yeah, this is another big thing I learned also about this show. I think we talked about it already, was that they don't have the rights to a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
No, they do not.
So they're having to tell a story, their version of this story, without mentioning a lot of things that they should be mentioning or could, it could mention, I guess.
I
So-
forget. I forget. Do they have the right to the all 6 movies or no?
No.
Mm.
The only thing that they could write this story off of was it's called the appendices of the Lord of the Rings, which is basically the stories that Tolkien wrote about the Lord of the Rings, like basically, like, yeah.
So it's interesting, even though it's important to end with that big panel, it's going to look completely different because if they don't have the rights to that, it can't look the same.
Right. And that's what I said. I came into this not knowing that information, thinking that they were doing this based off like the Cimmerillion and that kind of
I
stuff.
thought so
Like,
too.
Yeah.
right. But then I found that out. And so I kind of am approaching it from a different point of view for that reason too, because if they don't have the rights to it, how can I be mad if it's not in, you know what I mean? Like,
But no,
if they can't do it, I can't be mad at them for not having it in there. Like, if they can't do it, that's not fair to them. They're doing what they can with what they have. So I think we kind of have to look at it in that sense. So.
And you comment on their show. I feel bad for them because it is pretty shitty timing.
It is.
When you have this most expensive show, you're very hype about it.
Yeah.
But when it comes out, there's another show, fantasy show,
Yeah.
that everybody is gushing over with House of the Dragon.
And I think we all agree, as much as I love the Lord of the Rings, this is a better show. Game of Thrones is just a better show, I think. I mean, it just is. It's better written. It's better acting, I think, overall. I mean,
they waste no time either. They just
the storytelling is so precise and tight. There's not a lot of filler and waste, where Lord of the Rings definitely is a lot of waste and filler, which you would think, as dense as it is, they wouldn't have that, but apparently they're having trouble with it. So,
Well,
but then that also plays in with the rights too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think it shows. That's what I think that kind of stuff. It shows when.
Okay, without giving anything away, because I know
Sure.
you're not. I know Josh, you're still on season 6.
Oh yeah.
And it feels like the same argument for Game of Thrones. Seasons 1 through 6 were really tight and connected and everybody loved.
Mm-hmm.
Season 7 and 8, when there was no source material,
Yeah.
that's when all the people, I don't want to say started falling out of it, but started having issues with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I've heard that.
And again, look, the Lord of the Rings could finish strong. I mean, there's a lot they can still do with this show, and it can still be a good show. But I just think if we're going episode for episode, I just think Game of Thrones is going to be a better show overall, either way.
Well, that's not kind of like this. Lord of the Rings, 1 and 2. For universally everybody loving it. There's one great episode that everybody is like, that was a really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
2 and 1, not so much. They're divisive.
Yep.
House of Dragon on the other and had 4 and 4 for incredibly written, well performed, executed episodes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and knowing the lore like I do, this episode really is setting the stage for a lot of things that are coming. So, I mean, they actually did a really good job with Easter eggs. I will say that because there's a lot of Easter eggs in this episode, a lot more than the first two for sure.
You know, that hope. I hope they keep going.
So, yeah,
House of Dragon.
let's do it.
What did you all guys think about this? Josh, that's not with you. What did you think about last night's episode?
Well, to be completely honest with you, Ben, I didn't watch until it was around 4:45. I arose from my slumber
Today?
today. Yes,
Okay.
unintentionally, unprovoked, just arose from my slumber so early in the morning. It's like, well, I gotta get up at 5:35 anyway, so I'm like, you know what? I'll just sit up and I'll just watch House of the Dragon. So I watched all of that episode before I went to work.
Oh, that was a bad
Yeah.
idea, though.
Oh, but it was great. It was worth it. It was great. It was a wonderful way to start the day, even though it was rather disturbing. Oh, a disturbing way to start the day. No, I enjoyed this episode. Damon is a scoundrel. And Rainier, I'm just like, why are you doing this? Like, why? Do not look, no. And so I think that Viserys has removed the chess piece off the board because it's like he's also started to. Well, the accusation didn't help,
No.
but him taking saying Otto needed to step down. That'll be a thing, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the last of him. I'm pretty sure he'll have a hand in ushering Alicent to push Aegon to be king instead.
I'll say it. Aha. He's going to have a hand.
Oh.
Otto's going to have a hand in it.
I see what you did there. He climbed his high tower and found that one. Very good, sir. But like,
I just heard it. I was like, "That's funny." I was like,
that was good. That was good. Well done, Targaryen. Well done. And like, it was interesting seeing like the seedy parts of, God, they're in Westeros still, right?
King's Landing, I believe.
King's Landing,
King's Landing, yeah.
Okay, so we're back in the seedy parts of King's Landing, and her and Kristen Cole. Knew that would happen eventually, but it's just like you just did things with your uncle in a brothel, and now all of a sudden, I don't know. Then she kept up the lie. It was a lot,
penetration. There was no penetration.
But see, it looked like it was for a moment, but then I know he stopped.
She got her engines rolling, and she needed to climb that mountain.
It's like, how can you feel? Wow. What a hound. I can't believe.
What a hound. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good. I like that one.
Oh man, Sandor Clegane. What a hero.
Yeah. See?
What a hero. See? Can't help it. Now it was weird. But then he stopped himself and I'm like, God, it was just no.
So I know that one. I'm gonna push back a little bit, only because me and Ben were talking about this before we went on. Was if after the episode they have the inside the episode, and I watched that, and they were talking about that scene specifically, and they said basically the reason that he couldn't do it was deep down he did know that's just he was going too far at that point, because it was all about getting back at the king. That's all it really was about, was getting back at the king.
Right.
And he knew that was the way to get to him the most, was through his daughter.
And the fact that he rolled out the red carpet for him, in a way, like,
look,
and came back home after the war. We're welcoming you back. Welcome back.
And that's the thing. He was playing a part, because basically they were saying that too, that he came back trying to act like, oh, I've changed, I'm a new person, and then we find out now he's still the same Damon.
Same old Damon.
Same old Dana.
New person with a new haircut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I want to talk about one of the earlier scenes in the episode.
Okay.
When Minerva is looking for a lover, where she's looking
Oh,
for
the suitors.
the
Sure.
suitors.
Sure.
And you have this little kid pop in.
He was great.
And somebody started making fun of him.
Yep.
So they said, let's fight about this. So they took out the swords. You don't see anything at
Look.
first. You don't see anything at first. And then when they was like, this is enough, I had enough, let's go. And as she's walking away, in the back, you see the big man crouching over because he got stabbed in the stomach
Yep.
by this little pepper sweet.
I got 4 words for that guy. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Yeah. Listen, you
Don't
go
talk
ahead
shit.
and
Look, don't start shit. Won't be shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. He started with him. That little kid was like, "Look, man, I might be little, but I will come after you." He wasn't
Go
playing.
big or go home.
yeah.
He wasn't playing. He was not playing.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
You got to, man.
No.
You
Go
got
ahead,
to.
John. Go ahead.
I wonder
Sorry.
what he said. What the Blackwoods were always cowards, and it's just like he's just
Yeah.
ignoring him the whole time. And all of a sudden, it's like, listen,
Yep.
man, I will have your intestines paint this floor before your ancestors. Try me, please. It's like, okay. And what did he do?
Dude,
He Jackson
little kids
pollocked
weren't
all
little
over the
kids
floor.
in this time, man. Little kids knew how to fight in this time period. So yeah.
Oh, of course.
he was ready.
Of
He was like,
course.
"Let's go."
It's
Oh, damn.
War ready.
I almost said something like can't. Yeah, no one to spoil it for Chuck.
oh god.
But, Chuck, there's a character in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm going to say this. Age doesn't matter with this one character.
Oh, I got you.
You talking about Ollie?
No. No, I'm not talking
You'll
about
get to it.
Ollie.
You'll get to it.
You'll get to it.
All right.
Just remember, age does not matter
Yeah,
in this
exactly.
time.
And you know what? I must say, to clarify things, I'm literally on the episode of Battle of the Bastards.
Oh, you're on a good episode, man. You're on a great episode.
Yep.
Really great episode.
Had to throw that out there. That is where I am currently.
One of the more, like, again, won't say anything. One of the more satisfying deaths in that episode.
Dude, and that's one of those episodes when you're watching, you see the name and you're like, all right, this should be interesting. And then you watch the episode and you're just like, holy crap, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. That was insane. It's like the Red Wedding. You're like, oh, this should be interesting. Oh no, it's freaking nuts. It's insane. Like everything's going down. Everything
I will
is going
never
down.
forgive.
Like,
Never forgive
so
for that.
great. Yeah.
What, Josh, what you done with that episode, you have to text us your reaction.
Yeah.
My God, I got to
definitely
know
gotta
what
know.
you think.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take a picture and I'll let you know if my cerebellum is somewhere else or,
Yeah.
I don't want to overhype it. But I don't think I can with this
Not
one
this one.
episode.
Yeah, no, not
No,
this
you
one.
guys just talking about it has me really, really excited about it. Another friend of mine at work was telling me, he was like, "Have you reached Battle of the Bastards yet?" I said, "No." And then another friend had asked me work. I'm like, "All right, geez, it's really about this Battle of the Bastards."
Yeah. Oh, it's that good, man. It's again, man. I love the politics and anything like Star Wars, all that. I love the politics when it's done really well, and that episode balances so well with what's going on, and then just the craziness of everything else.
Sure,
Such a great episode.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it all.
Do you guys have any predictions for next week's episode?
Oh, for House of Dragons.
Yeah.
Man.
I hit it last week and I'll say it again this week.
Okay.
I think that king's going to die. I think he's going to die.
I mean, he has to eventually, right? I mean, that's what we're getting to. Is he's gonna go, right? I mean,
Well, I think I heard there's one more episode before the big time jump.
Okay.
Where we
So there's a
get-
bigger time jump, right? It's like 10 years or
Well,
something, right?
Yeah, because we get a new actress
Yeah.
that's going to be playing Rhaenyra.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah.
So is this going to be a shorter series then? If we're going to be doing these time jumps and
What is
like
it? 10 episodes, right? It's 10 episodes?
No, but I think you mean the actual series, right?
this season? Yeah,
Are you not?
no, you're right.
Are you talking about a series or are you talking about the seasons? Because every season is 10 episodes.
10 episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many seasons it is, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we know there's season 2 already, right? Didn't we get that
Right,
confirmation?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like with all the time jumping. I mean, and then you have to have the civil war that takes place.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't know if I told you guys this. I might have told you guys last week. When I got to the Dance of Dragons episode, and Shireen was talking to Stannis about what was taking place, and
Mhm.
oh man, and how it really was the whole civil war between Rhaenyra and Aegon over the throne. I'm not gonna lie to you. When she said those words, I had to pause it because I was just like
Yeah.
oozing
I-
everywhere. I'm like, yes, it's gonna happen.
I don't remember that. Do you? I don't remember
yeah.
that scene.
See,
Mhm.
This is the benefit of watching both at the same time.
Yeah.
I had to look that up.
That's what I said. I think I will be. I think maybe in the minority on this. Maybe not, but maybe in the minority on this. I don't trust Allison. I don't. Trust
Oh
her
no,
at all.
I don't either.
I don't trust her at all. When they're sitting out there talking and she grabs her hand, I wanted to be like, "Don't do it. Don't fall back into it. This girl is gonna. She's gonna screw you over as soon as she gets a chance."
But what do you think she's gonna do, man? She's
I
playing it so well.
Yes, but
like so cool.
it's her dad that's manipulating her. That's the thing.
Right.
Her dad is going to manipulate her to be like, well, no, you need to make him the king, the heir, not her. You need to make your son the heir.
Do you know? You know what? Do you think that?
And
at
she's
some
going to
point
push
she
for
might
that
have-
eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think she'll have enough at some point where she doesn't want to, and maybe Otto?
I just don't know if
dismisses
she
her?
can talk the king into it. I don't know if she can talk the king into it or not. I don't know if she
He
can.
doesn't want it. He
He doesn't
knows.
want
He
to.
said he made that promise to Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
He's not breaking it. It's
Right.
like there's already been so much division between their family that he's like, listen.
So maybe he dies, and then she has to fight for her son to be the heir.
I like that.
Trial by
her-
combat.
So it'd be her and Rhaenyra actually going against each other.
Ooh.
What about that? Because
You
what
know
if he
what?
just dies suddenly? I mean, like not, he just dies suddenly for some reason. And then she has to fight for her son to be the heir, the rightful heir, because he's a male. She can make that argument.
That sounds like what's that movie you watched, Ben, with Karen Gillan? It's a duel.
Yeah, cool.
That's what that sounds like. If they both take a year to train,
Yeah.
and then they have to fight each other. Oh, that would be insane.
Well, I
Let him
mean,
go-
she could
let him
probably
go-
get enough
let-
people on her side because there would be enough people that would say, "Oh, we can't have a woman; we need a man." You know what I mean? And she could probably get enough people to agree with her. Wouldn't you think?
Sounds like the
Ah.
Greyjoy thing.
Allison.
Right.
Allison kind of reminds me of the new Cersei a little bit.
I think she's Cersei light. Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
man,
dude.
you guys are demonizing this woman.
No, because this is already, we've already seen it in the trailer. She comes after Rhaenyra with a knife. And Rhaenyra
I
says,
made that.
yes,
I
it's
made
in one of
that.
the trailers. Yes, it's
Yeah.
in one of the trailers. And she says, now they see you for who you really are. Rhaenyra says that to her.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna have like a battle. Like they're gonna probably fight each other. Not fight each other, but you know what I mean. Like I think they could be the ones that fight each other. And she has Otto behind her. He's powerful. And if the kings have gone, then You know what I mean?
But then Damon may have Rhaenyra's back.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm
Oh
thinking.
man, listen, we're getting another Captain America Civil War. Now we'll have a Targaryen Civil War.
Oh,
Dude,
baby.
it could get
Oh,
crazy. I mean, I don't know that. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know.
It's heating up.
Like I said, I just always think about that one scene where she's like, she comes at her with a knife and she's like, now they're going to see you for who you really are. And I'm like, they have to have some beef at some point, like real beef, like serious, like beef for that to happen.
you quote a Disney villain. You know the meme he found?
You gotta be prepared. You must be prepared. You must be prepared.
What is that from? What is that one? Who is that?
Oh, come on.
Why don't I know that one?
You know it. It's on the screen. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I do know exactly now. I think what it is. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
He'll have,
all right.
Don will clearly have whatever's lying around.
Be prepared.
Oh.
Yes. No, it was the old. They used to have the Scar posters with that "Be prepared" on it.
I'm telling you, man.
You remember those? You remember the Scar posters with the "Be prepared"? Said "Be prepared."
Freaking amazing.
Me.
Do you want a Cub sandwich?
Right.
I'm telling you, man. The buzz on the bees is that the leopards are in a bit of a spot. I fucking love that a lot.
That's a funny one. That is a funny
So
one.
perfect.
That's a great line.
If the king dies, if
Yeah.
the king dies,
Yeah.
I just want to hear one thing.
Uh huh.
Long live the king.
Which means
Thank you.
that's
Thank
perfect.
you.
Which means that Viserys has to return to Rhaenyra as a ghost, and she's forgotten all about him. She runs away, leaves the kingdom, meets up with two buffoons. One may be a boar that she might slaughter again. The other could possibly be a badger of sorts. And all of a sudden, they're just going through. And then all of a sudden, he appears to her in the sky. Rhaenyra.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on. No, Father. Are
we doing Hamlet? Are you doing Hamlet? Is that?
Listen. I played King Hamlet too. I was Hamlet and the ghost of King Hamlet. It was beautiful.
To be or not,
or
to,
not
be.
to be. That is the question.
That is the question.
Yes. Julius Caesar.
And what the fuck are you gonna do?
Hey.
Sorry, I had to.
It means.
Answer me.
No,
I said answer me now.
It means no worries for the rest of your life.
It does.
It's all problem free.
Philosophy. Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Oh
Absolutely.
man, when he was a young warthog.
When I
was a young warthog.
I can't do it that good. Great. That's awesome. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We're not really.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one.
I appreciate you, sir. I used to clear the savannah after every meal.
Oh my goodness, this is good.
I'm telling you, man. This is damn good. Really good. So let me ask you guys this then, right?
Okay. I'm ready.
By the end of, well, I mean, we have Emmys every year. Do you think, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's too early to tell, but do you see like some Emmys popping up for either show so far?
Yes.
Any performances that stand out for you specifically?
Yeah.
Okay. Born prediction. Next year, they're going to. No, on you first.
Me?
Yep, he said you first.
Oh, okay. I don't know about performances yet. I don't know if there's a performance specifically. I would say, but I would say definitely Damon, Matt Smith. I think he's definitely in the running. I think Lord of the Rings is going to win for all the visual effects.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's going to win for all the visual effects, but I think there could be a few. I think Rhaenyra could surprise us by the end. I think she could be in the nomination maybe by the end of it because she's good. I like her.
Yeah,
I like her in this.
I think I could see one for
But
Betty
maybe
Considine too.
when we do the time jump, though, that's the only thing I'm thinking is because it'll be a split season with two different actresses. Maybe,
Supporting.
yeah,
Supporting.
Yeah.
One will be supporting and one will be lead.
yeah. So
Here's
probably
my
Matt
prediction.
Smith would be one of the. I'll tell you too. I really liked. I think the guy that's playing Daenerys is killing it as the king. I
Oh,
Patty
Petty
really,
Considine.
I love him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's great.
love him, man. He is so good in this show. He really is.
I also think Arnold Hightower.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, Risa Pons.
Yeah.
Yes. He's good.
Here's my prediction. 5 performance nominees next year for House of Dragon. 1 nomination for the show. There were 6 nominations there. And I think it was sweet. I think they will win.
Yeah.
And for Lord of the Rings, yeah, visual effects.
Yeah. I think that makes the most sense for Lord of the Rings visual effects.
It's insane watching. It really is like watching
It's beautiful.
a
It's absolutely
straight up
beautiful,
movie.
man.
It's insane how good it
Yeah.
looks. Like
There's no doubt, dude. That scene when they first get to
Numenor.
Numenor, and they're the island shot, the overtop
Oh,
shot, man.
Yeah,
That's an absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful shot. Absolutely beautiful shot, man. Yeah.
that's incredible.
No, I mean that's what I said. The money's on the screen. The money they spent on this show, you can see it. I mean, it's not like you can't see it. It's just I think the story's not as strong as Game of Thrones or House of Dragon. I think House of Dragon, story wise, is just so much stronger.
Do you think that,
It's more
Oh,
captivating.
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know what's going to happen next. Like every second, I want to know what's going to happen next. I mean, it's really that type of edge of your seat watch, like Game of Thrones was in the beginning. I mean, that's how it was.
You wanted to say something, Josh. I'm sorry. After you.
I was gonna say, do you think it's because it focuses more on the politics, or do you think it's just like? I mean, maybe we could just say, I guess the writing is just stronger over there. Really,
I think I think just the story is just coming off stronger than. Again, I don't think Lord of the Rings is bad. Like by any, I don't think it's bad.
right?
I think it's just not as tight of a story, and I think especially for fans, they might not quite be on board with it yet, just because of the lore issues as far as what they can and can't do. So, where I think Game of Thrones is just they're telling a story. They know this story, they're telling it, and that's just what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I think it shows on screen as far as the acting and everything goes too.
See, I also see Lord of the Rings kind of being like, to reference one of Ben's favorites, I think it's kind of like the crocodile in Peter Pan. Slowly but surely, it's creeping up on you. And when it bites, it will bite. So
look,
that's
if
what
the
I'm
back
hoping
half-
for it to
yeah.
be.
Yeah. If the back half of this season is awesome, then I mean maybe it'll be enough to forget about the first half.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Back half is awesome. That's lingering. I'm all in for it.
Yeah. But again, if House of Dragon finishes strong, I think you have to give the edge as far as show wise to House of Dragon because
Oh, it's because they played a more complete game.
right. The entire season I would think people would say
Of
would be
Thrones.
right. It is better. Yeah. They did.
They
No,
did,
you're right. You're right.
you know.
Again, like I said, I'm enjoying it now more because, like I said, but I think if you're looking at it objectively, I think Game of Thrones is just so far a better show overall. It's a stronger start for sure.
Yeah.
Stronger start. For sure.
I don't think anybody will argue that.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will argue that.
Yeah.
Even the die-hard Lord of the Rings fans will especially them because I think those are the people that's more pissed about the Rings of Power. The die-hards.
Yeah.
I think the Rings of Power, the more casual you are, the better time you will enjoy with it so far.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I just hope people can just enjoy this. I just don't want to see these turn into Star Wars. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see the fan bases just ripped apart for like, oh, I love this. Oh, you love that. I hate you for loving that. And you can't love that. You have to love this. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see that with these two.
Here's the thing, Josh, you'll back me up on this. What does Campia always say? Winning cures everything.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah, for sure.
if Rings of Power gets better and better, you won't hear about this anymore.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just hope that even if this first season isn't as well received as people expect it to be, that they give them a chance. If they have a 5 season arc, just let them do the 5 seasons and let's judge it from that point of view.
Yep.
Now again, if it gets to the point where it's just unwatchable in season 3 and you have to pull the plug, that's fine. But if they have a legitimate story to tell and you thought it was good enough to back them and say yes to it, then I think you got to give them that shot to do the whole thing.
I mean, if you spend $450+ million, I'd hope
Right. Yeah.
that you don't just go and scrap in the middle of your
Right.
show. I mean, they declared at the very beginning 5 seasons. That's what we're doing.
And like I said,
All
I
right,
just hope
so they know,
get that
and they know
chance.
their ending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Now, of course, if we
I
get
kn-
Gollum dancing around and doing weird crap at the end,
Pennywise
then,
dance.
maybe it's time to scrap it. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. But other than something insane happening, like I think they deserve their chance at least to do it.
That would be awesome.
So that's all I will say. Yeah, well, exactly. Hey, we could get a Joey Lawrence pop up at some point in it. We don't.
I mean, Caesar could pop up in it. I mean, there could be an
don't know.
exchange between Caesar and Gollum. Who knows? I
we
don't
don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Well,
Well, here's the question for you two.
Mhm.
How do you go? How do you God, I can't speak. How do you guys feel about Galadriel so far?
I like her.
Yeah.
I like her.
I think she's actually the strongest character other than Elrond. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
think she's the strongest character other than Elrond. Right for me right now. For me,
I like Durin a lot too.
I like
Def-
Doran. Yeah, Doran's
I do
definitely
like
cool.
Durin. Definitely.
I actually do like Celebrimbor.
Celebrimbor.
Yeah, Celebrimbor right now.
Yeah,
I always get him mixed up.
I
Because
just feel like
it's Killenbrod and Celebrimbor. Killenbrod is who is Galadriel's husband in the Lord of the Rings, and then Celebrimbor is the grandson of the great creator of the Silmarils.
all right. I think I like her character a lot too. She comes off. She's very angry, obviously, but
Yeah.
I, would you question, like, I mean, especially in that first episode, right, when they're marching up in the snow and she's ready to leave people behind,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I have to say, I mean, I really enjoyed that conversation that she has later on with Elrond, because it's like, well, he pretty much challenges her on her thoughts. Like, okay, so if you're right, then how many more elves have to die for this? I mean,
Yeah.
how much more bloodshed needs to occur? Like,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the Lord of the Rings is a lot of people doubting that Sauron is a threat, and people trying to explain to everybody else, no, this is real. We have to take care of this right now, and that's the
Yeah.
position she's in, unfortunately.
Well, if he had her way, and if everybody said, okay, that's yours,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have Lord of the Rings if they defeated him.
Well, that's the thing. They thought they did defeat him at the
Yeah.
Battle of
Yeah.
Mount Doom, or well, I don't know if that's the official name.
No,
of it, but-
you're right.
At that point, they
post-Morgoth.
thought right, because when Gandalf finds out about the ring coming back, or I'm sorry, no, in the Hobbit, when they find out about Sauron, the necromancer coming back, they didn't know that was Sauron. They thought that was somebody else until she revealed him.
Right.
She's the one that reveals him, if you remember in the Hobbit.
Mm.
When
as
they,
Sauron. Go ahead.
when I'm confused now. If they knew he was back in the Hobbit,
Hmm.
why was everybody so surprised at the Fellowship of the Ring?
You have to. Okay, so
Probably because he went dormant for so long too.
yeah, but you also have to remember this: he's a Maiar, so he doesn't. He can technically lose his physical form and still be alive. On
No,
that's
I'm understanding that.
yeah,
But if everybody knows that Spirit is back in the
right.
Hobbit, why didn't they stop it from fully coming back so they don't have to worry about it in Lord of the
That's
Rings?
I
Probably
got you
because it
now.
wasn't prophecy.
So Gandalf did not know that the ring that Bilbo had was he thought that was one of the lesser rings, not the he didn't know that was the ring until he puts it on at his birthday party. That is in the book.
Okay,
That's in the books. Yeah, when he puts it
okay,
on at his birthday party and he disappears, that's when Gandalf is like, "Oh, wait a minute, he has the ring."
okay,
That's when he actually finds out. He actually thought that he had one of the lesser rings, which is why he said, "Go ahead and keep it," or
okay.
lets him keep it, I should say. He didn't
Well,
know
he
it was
didn't,
he didn't know
he
it was
didn't,
the ring.
okay, alright, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I got what you're saying now. Yeah. That's why, because they didn't know where the ring was. They still thought the ring was lost at that point
Okay,
until
gotcha.
then. Yeah. Okay. I see what you were asking now. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because the only way to destroy
Gentlemen,
him at that point, he bound himself to the ring. So the only way to actually destroy him at that point is to destroy the ring.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
got it.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Gentlemen, this was a fun episode, guys.
It was. Yeah, no, I had a good time.
Definitely.
I'm
What?
excited for the next 2 episodes of these shows, man. Well, episode of each of these, shows.
Yep,
So.
me too, man. Me too. Okay,
Yeah.
let's wrap this sucker up. Josh, tell all the people where they can find you, my man.
On the back of a fell beast. I'm kidding.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. It's powerful, stinking creature. Um, you can find me on my YouTube channel, The Midnight Cinema. Find me on Twitter at The Outlawed Mime. You can find me on Instagram at The Midnight Cinema 41. You can also find me in the Facebook group, Multiverse of Geekdom. I'm here every Friday with Ben, every Sunday with all of us, and every Monday with all of us, the collective. That's what we call ourselves. Yes. Hello, Don. Hi. And you can find me on my podcast, Wolves of Midnight. I'm on Spotify, Anchor FM, Pocket Cast, and Google Podcasts. So download that, tune in, enjoy it. I just uploaded some more of my reviews there. So if you can't watch the video version, you got the audio. Tune in. And plus the music, it's phenomenal. It'll change your life for the better, trust me. Yeah.
Nice.
None, my man.
Yes, sir.
Tell all the good people where they can find you.
Yeah, so you guys can find me here every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I am now 4 days in a row. I love it. I love everything we're doing right now, guys. I know, it's crazy, man.
Incredible.
But you can also find me in the Facebook group, guys, and please like and subscribe to the channel. We just hit 75, right?
Yep.
75. So still trying to push to 100, guys. So please help us get there.
Yes.
I heard the first 100 is the hardest to get to. But
Absolutely,
we're 3/5 there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 3/4, man. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We'll climb the stairs.
It's awesome.
And you guys can find me every Monday. I'm basically on here every day, really.
I was going to say, what day aren't you here? That's what you should tell them about. Tell them this.
Me, you guys can also find me on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind That Tape and every Saturday morning on the Northern Countdown. Me and Todd will be back tomorrow night with the Geekdom Initiative. We're doing Lost Season 1, Episode 4, Walkabout. I'm really excited for this episode. Come and join us. It's going to be a fun one. We have a cast. And coming along with us on this one.
Yes,
So,
yes. Excited to see who it is.
Ooh, you're going to like it. You're going to like it.
And
Nice.
when shall
I'm
this
ready.
be?
What?
When shall this be?
Tomorrow night.
Hmm.
Ooh.
I don't even know who it is yet, man. I'm excited. I want to go into it blind. I just want to find out. I think that's exciting.
Interesting. Yes, he
Yeah.
wants to go into it like Aemon, Master Aemon. Ah, I see what you did there. Very good, Targaryen. Very good.
Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching Fellowship of Geekdom. We'll be back whenever. Have a good one.
We broke them. We broke them.
Broke a bed.